it's still, and Big Baby Anderson, you have guys in that division. Heavyweight division is very deep now, but it's wide open.
Well, I tell you what, we look forward now to our second featured bout of the evening, and it's scheduled for 4 rounds of action set to take place in the middleweight division. This is going to be really interesting, and once again, we've got 2 very good young middleweight fighters. Barrington Price taking on Corey Snap Caad. Both gentlemen are heavy-handed. Both men are similar in height, similar in reach. Both from San Antonio, Texas. Both have excellent trainers in their corners at Chief Second. In my opinion, Young Bill, I think this is going to prove to be one of the best 4-round fights of the evening.
Absolutely, Joe, and these guys are brimming with confidence.
Let's first welcome to the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, Corey Snap Caad.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's funny. Corey Caad is a really easy guy to like. Once again, he's trained by Rick Nunez, who also trains Mario Vargas, former WBA 140-pound champion. You know, what's there to like about Corey Snap Caad, brother?
The guy is brimming with confidence, Joe. He's a power puncher. He's coming to put on a show. He said he leaves it all in the ring, and he has the charisma that if he can start winning fights here at these regional levels, I feel like fans at home will really like this guy. And he has a fan-friendly style. He's very charismatic, Joe, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve.
You know, one thing, though, to look out for, though, is he's recovered from a torn ACL. Now, he insists that it's not a problem any longer, but we'll find out because, yeah, he's going to need all of his movement against a guy like, against a gentleman like Barrington Price.
And he also said, Joe, that he doesn't have any problems moving laterally anymore.
We'll see. You know, it's amazing. Barrington Price is a really neat guy. And once again, he's a huge fan of boxing. This is a gentleman who, well, he's very clear on who he actually supported when he was growing up. He loved watching Roy Jones Jr. Favorite fighters are currently Jerron Boots, and he does Errol Spence Jr. And I will say this, listen to this. When I asked him about who he favored in Crawford versus Spence, he says he's leaning towards EJ, but considers it a coin flip fight. Do you agree, sir?
It's a coin flip fight, Joe. I understand why he leans towards Errol Spence, the effective aggression, the great jab, the educated lead hand. But I understand it's a coin flip. 2 great fighters, Joe.
Tell you what, though, he says his true motivation is his 3-year-old son, Barrington Price III. He says everything changed in his life when his son was born. And yeah, you can see that.
And Joe, also, Barrington stopped boxing for 5 years, but he insists that he's motivated, hungry, and focused. So I want to see that elevated level of hunger, especially at the age of 34, when fighters are starting to round out of their prime.
Indeed.
In the middleweight division, brought to you by TMB, Team Moronis Boxing Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Nathaniel Mack of Mack Law, personal injury attorney. Elmer's Air Conditioning and Plumbing. There's only one company to trust, and that's Elmer's. HBHS, Home Buying, Home Selling, and JD and Associates, Tax and Bookkeeping. Our 3 judges assigned will be Wilfredo Espadon, Joe Calvi, and Glenn Crocker. Our referee in charge will be Rafael Ramos. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing green with gold and weighed in at 159 pounds. His professional record consists of 2 wins, just 1 defeat. Both of those wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from right here, San Antonio, Texas, here is Corey Snap Caad. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner, comes to the ring wearing white with red and green and weighed in at 160.8 pounds. His professional record, 1 win, just 1 defeat. That 1 win comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, from San Antonio, Texas, here is Barrington Price.
You know, I've been really looking forward to this fight. You know, just sitting with both of them at the fighter meetings. These are two really strong-minded guys, very confident going into this fight. And to be honest with you, it's just a 4-round fight, so each fighter, they really have to make a statement in the initial, well, in the initial minutes, because it's only a 4-round fight.
Absolutely, Joe. It's like the amateurs, 3 rounds. And you have to make every minute, every second of every round count, Joe. And these guys, it's not bad blood, but these guys know each other.
Indeed. Indeed. They both have respect for each other. We'll see if they show each other, well, respect. And once again, we've got a, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Both men trying to jockey for position. Right now, they're both from mid to long range. Both men using the jab. Both men lunging in from mid-range. You have to be careful, though, because if you miss, well, you could get countered effectively, and that could be it. Both men look strong. Both men look in shape. What do you look for from Caad? What does he have to do to win this fight?
I expect Corey to stand behind his jab, Joe. He said that, you know, they had a sparring session, and he said that that Barrington was very confident, and he was very confident leaving that sparring session. And I know things, Joe, things that happen in the gym usually stay in the gym. So he didn't tell me what happened, but he said there was something that he could take and use it in his fight. So I'm looking forward to see what Corey brings to the table.
Indeed, indeed. And what do you expect to see from Barrington Price? So far, I like his jab. It's got a lot more force behind it than even the heavyweights that we saw.
Oh, yeah, Joe. He's throwing a jab with conviction. He's fighting behind his jab in a great, he's establishing distance, and he's changing levels.
Oh, it's a good right hand landed by Barrington Price.
And he's
got
changing
the
levels.
attention of Caad. And yes, how important is that to change the trajectory of the shot?
Very important, Joe, because you don't want your opponent to catch your rhythm, be able to counter your shots, be able to counter effectively. So you want to change up, and you also want to get off, and it helps establish you get into a more defensive posture and get out of the center and get out of the center line, Joe.
Indeed. Indeed. Both men pawing with the jab now, trying to jockey for position. Shooting the overhand right. Well, it touches him a little bit. Didn't land flush.
That's what you need, Joe. When a guy's throwing a lazy jab, you throw a right hand over the top of that jab.
Indeed.
And to freeze the jab and to take away that rangefinder.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Does Caad have a hammer on his trunks?
Yes. Sounds like Corey, Joe.
And there it is. I tell you what, it's very hard not to like both men. And once again, it's really neat guys. Really neat guys. But, yay, someone has to lose. Someone has to win. And once again, it's what's hilarious. Oh, and he tries to mount an offensive attack. Barrington Price sees it, steps around him.
I would like Corey to be more deceptive in his attack, Joe. And what I mean by is have a more intelligent lead hand, because he said in the fighter meetings that he has an intelligent jab and sets up his arsenal of punches. And right now he's overexcited and he's not setting up the shots the right way.
Indeed, indeed. And once again, Barrington Price, as you just stated, he saw that right hand coming, and once again he steps out of the way. Corey Caad needs to do something else to set traps, hide that right hand coming. And, you know, he's got to use a more intelligent jab. Once again, put some, mimic Teddy Atlas, he's got to put some bugs on the windshield.
And I would like Corey to keep his chin tucked when he's jabbing and coming forward as well, Joe. It's dangerous situations because Barrington's seeing everything coming because it's telegraphed.
Yep.
And if you look at the things that he said in the fighter meeting, Joe, he said, I have an intelligent jab. I set up my arsenal of punches, and I use it as my first line of defense.
That's it.
And also shout out to Corey Caad for dedicating this fight to the 21 brave souls of Uvalde.
Indeed.
That just speaks to how great these guys are and how likable these guys are. And the backstories are tremendous. But Barrington really controlled that round, Joe.
I agree.
With an intelligent jab and better footwork, Joe. He was pivoting out. And I would like to see Corey be able to cut the ring off a little bit and don't give him as many escape routes.
Absolutely. There were times in that round where it looked like he was merely following around the bigger puncher, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So round number 1 looks like it's a Barrington Price round. The round number 2 begins. And once again, your third man in the ring is Hall of Fame Texas referee Rafael Ramos, one of my favorite referees. And he, if you notice, more often than not, he's going to get the big assignments in Texas. And you know why? Because he lets his fighters fight. He's not too officious. And he lets them fight. He's a very fan-friendly referee.
Absolutely, Joe. And I like the action. I feel like Barrington, I feel like he's getting a little bit more confidence. Do you see that too?
Absolutely. He's in the center of the ring. He's basically saying, this is my ring. You've got to come and knock me off, but I'm the king of this ring. I'm going to sit right here in the center of the ring, feet spread out wide, legs spread wide. It looks like he's looking for a power shot.
And Corey, to me, seems very anxious, Joe, but it's not enough activity. I wonder what. And Corey's sitting in the high guard, and Joe, he's not using that hammer.
Nope. He sure is.
He has a hammer there, Joe. You
Yep.
got to set it up, though.
There he is, and he just eats a jab as he's trying to actually close the distance. Well, I tell you what, that Barrington Price jab right now is the difference in the fight, isn't it?
Absolutely, Joe. And the combinations that's off of it, the combinations he's throwing off of it, and he looks like the guy that uses his jab as his first line of defense.
Yep, indeed. Barrington Price tries to throw a hard right hand. Barely misses.
Absolutely, and what I see in Corey's fainting, but not mustering. Oh, a good counter
Hard
right hand.
over the top. And a Barrington Price immediately ties him up.
Immediately, Joe.
Yep.
That's veteran tactic.
Well, that means that it got his attention and he felt it.
Oh!
And down goes Barrington Price
Down.
after a right hand lands flush right on the chin, and he's walking on feathers still. It's going to be interesting to see if Rafael Ramos allows him to continue.
What a shot by Corey.
Right over the top of that left hand.
What a
and
shot.
He's hurt. He's still hurt. And
hammer
there he goes
again.
down again. The hammer lands on Barrington Price. He says it was a slip. Oh, no, it was a knockdown. 2 knockdowns, and it's still a minute left of round number 2.
And remember, there's an 0-3 knockdown rule, Joe.
That's it. And it's a minute left when you're this hurt. It's an eternity, isn't it, young Bill?
Oh, my goodness.
Hard right
oh, my
hand
goodness, another
lands
shot.
Right on the chin. Barrington Price is hurt.
Oh, Corey.
Walking on feathers. He now ties him up.
But in a 4-round fight like this, Joe.
40 seconds left. And once again, it's an eternity if you're hurt. Catches another one in the chin. Here comes Corey Caad. Looks like he's trying to put him on his ass one more time.
Oh, my goodness, Joe. And he's still Bambi leg, Joe. His legs
he's
are still
walking
spaghetti.
on stilts.
His
Look at
legs
this.
are still spaghetti, Joe.
Yep.
What a left hook by Corey.
Hard right, hard left right by Corey Caad going in for the kill. 20 seconds left.
Can
Is he
Barrington
gonna
survive
in this round?
Can Barrington survive it, Joe?
15 seconds left.
Look at the heart of Barrington, though, Joe.
Oh, I tell you what. Did they just, wait a minute, did they just ring the bell 10 seconds early?
It looked like it, Joe.
Wow.
Wow.
I think Barrington Price dodged the bullet.
Well,
Wow.
Joe, in a 4-round fight, when you have 2 knockdowns, so in my unofficial scorecard,
That's a 10-7, sir.
10-7. And the first round was for Barrington, Joe,
Yep.
so he's up by 2 points.
I tell you what, and what's again, the theater of the unexpected.
Oh, my goodness.
Anything can change. And look at the body language of Corey Caad in the corner. He's actually smiling.
he's a charismatic guy, Joe. He's
Trainer Rick Nunez, well, I'm sure he's pretty happy about this.
And you know what, Joe? One thing that Rick Nunez told me is that he hates being the B-side, Joe. And he said they're the B-side in this one, and they're going to upset the apple cart.
Well, they sure look primed to do it. But once again, Barrington Price, anything can happen. Do you think he regains his composure after that minute intermission?
Well, Joe, I was actually surprised at the heart and the intelligence of Barrington Price to survive that round.
Well, I'll tell you what, it also helps when the when the timekeeper rings the end of the round 10 seconds too early.
It might have been 12, Joe.
Tell you what, the round 3 begins right now. Barrington Price seems to have his legs underneath him, but look, if you're Barrington Price, do you really want to reach out with that jab again from mid-range?
Absolutely not, Joe, and especially not lunging in. I don't know if he learned his lesson. 2 knockdowns should.
Well, I tell you what, here comes the hammer. Have you ever seen trunks with a hammer on the front of it?
Joe, he's saying he has the tools and he has the power. And that sounds like some Corey Caad.
And there it is. 2:14 left in round number 3. Corey Caad in total control, but are you a little surprised that he's not pushing him a little bit more?
Well, Joe, you know, some guys might, when they go for a knockout, he might have punched himself out.
Yep, you know what, I think, hard right hand lands for Barrington Price, and Corey Caad immediately ties him up. I think Barrington Price, I think he's got his legs underneath him. I think he's ready.
He does, Joe, and that's very surprising. I think the lack of offense for Corey is helping him.
And he just got caught with the left hook as he was trying to lunge in from mid-range. Once again, do not lunge in from mid-range, because if you miss, you're out of position and right there to be countered effectively.
Joe, this is, and do you think, and look, you see Barrington going southpaw.
Yep.
And he's an orthodox fighter as well.
Yep, that's,
I haven't really seen him do that much, Joe.
No. I tell you what, now he's using feints.
He is, and you know what, Joe? He's trying to take away that counter right hand by going southpaw, Joe.
That's it. Well, right now it seems to be pretty effective.
Oh, good right hand.
Well, he just got caught with the counter right hand.
Corey seems to be confident he can hurt him with one shot, and who wouldn't be, Joe?
Indeed.
And do you think that's a mistake for Corey to wait and load up for one shot?
Yes, it is. But once again, when you have your man on the canvas twice, boy, that's a very common mistake now, isn't it?
Yeah, Joe, it could be fool's gold.
Yep. Both men tie each other up at the 40-second mark. Rafael Ramos separates him. Tell you what, I'm a little surprised, though, that Corey Caad did not go out for broke. But like you stated, he may have punched himself out in that last round, taking this round off, taking a breather. 30 seconds left in the round. And right now, I've got Barrington Price winning this round.
Absolutely. He's bouncing back. And body language says it all, Joe. You can tell that Caad was tired. You see him breathing with his mouth open.
Indeed.
Stuck his tongue out. It's little things, the little intricacies you can see. Oh, good
right
uppercut.
Hand catches him in. Well, it was the right hand that started it. He caught him coming in.
Yep.
Corey Caad never saw it coming.
Lunging in, Joe.
6 seconds left in the round. Tell you what, good comeback round.
What a bounce back round,
Price.
Joe.
Wow, this is a fight.
What a bounce back, Joe.
Tell you what. But look, if he's going to win this fight, Barrington Price needs a big round in the fourth. Keep in mind, this is just a 4-round fight.
And when you're down 3 rounds, Joe, it's tough. I mean, even if you win the first round and he won the third round, he's still down by a point because of the 10-7 round in round 2.
That's it. So he absolutely needs this round. Guys, this is, once again, 2 straight bouts where the final round is absolutely crucial for both fighters.
Can we give a shout out to the matchmaking? Joe.
Once again, and like I said, the president of TMB Promotions, Rick Morones Jr., he does all the matchmaking himself. And
let's cheer these 2 combatants on.
He believes that the fans are the real bosses of boxing, and they deserve to see a show. Even at this stage of both fighters' careers, very seldom do you see any other promoter put 2 evenly matched prospects in the ring together, but this is exactly what we're getting from TMB Promotions.
And Joe, we're just getting started.
Indeed. Guys, we have only just begun, in the immortal words of Karen Carpenter. And once again, Boxing TV, guys. Well, we have, after this, 6 more featured bouts to go. We're going to be here all evening. Hope you're going to be with us all evening. Boxing TV, brought to you by TMB Promotions. Hard right hand, barely misses by Corey Caad.
What do you think about the confidence that Barrington Price regained in that third round?
It looks like he's in the driver's seat once again. I truly believe, though, in that second round, Corey Caad punched himself out because he's not putting anything behind his shots at this time. What are your thoughts?
Ooh.
Oh, hard right hand lands for Barrington Price. He has his man hurt. Corey Caad ties him up, the smart veteran move. But yeah, clearly, and there's still an eternity to go in the final round.
And you could see Barrington Price's pedigree, Joe, where he got caught a couple times and he switched southpaw to confuse and buy himself some time with Corey Caad. And now he switched back to southpaw, as you see, Joe.
Yep, and there it is.
You see the ring experience.
Straight left hand lands.
Look at the feint.
Yep.
And creating distance, Joe.
Yep, he's biting on it, too.
He's freezing Corey.
Yep. Look, you look at Corey's body language. He is absolutely spent. That second round just did him in.
And it did him in with when they cut the round 10 seconds short, Joe. We can't forget it. We don't know what could have happened.
Oh boy, Chihuahua. But I tell you what, this is an excellent, riveting fight, and this is anyone's fight at this point. 1 minute left to go in round number 4.
What a shot.
Yep.
What a fight, Joe. What a fight.
Outstanding, outstanding. And yeah, both guys look spent. Both guys have heavy hands, though. Anything can happen in this final minute of round number 4. The crowd is getting excited. Corey Caad hangs on. Rafael Ramos separates him once again. If you're Barrington Price in these final 40 seconds, do you go after him?
I do, Joe. You have to go for broke just to get a draw, in my opinion, Joe, because of the round 2.
Hard right hand lands for Barrington Price. Looks like he hurts him. Corey Caad hangs on. 30 seconds left in the 4th and final round.
This is a war of attrition, Joe, and war conditioning.
That's it.
Who wants it more right now?
That's it. Both men have to dig deep. 20 seconds left in the round. Oh, hard right hand by Corey Caad. Makes Barrington Price do the Zabduna dance. He's obviously hurt.
Obviously hurt,
but
Joe.
10 seconds left in the round.
Did the ropes hold him up, Joe? Or was it the ropes
hold
him
like
up?
The ropes held him up. 5 seconds left in the round.
And that's how it's going to end, Joe.
And that's it.
Wow.
Both men make it to the final bell.
What a fight.
A very good, spirited contest in which we saw great offense by both men.
What a fight.
Both men made a great account of themselves. Both men had their moments. And unofficial ringside scorer, Young Bill, how do you see this fight playing out?
I have it 4 rounds to 2. Well, actually, 4 rounds to 2. Oh, 3 rounds. Okay. 2 rounds to 2. 3 rounds to 1. How do you have it, Joe?
You know what? I have it like you, 3 rounds to 1. But once again, that pivotal second round, it was a 10-7 round. It's going to be really interesting to see the way that they check out this replay. Hard right hand lands for Corey Caad.
Do you think that was enough to sway the judges for that last round?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you think they scored it 2-2, Joe?
You know what? They may have that final 30 seconds.
Now if they scored it 2-2, Joe, we have Corey Caad as the winner.
Corey Caad is the winner, yeah, easily. But
if it's 3-1, then we have a draw here, Joe, a controversial decision.
Do you think the final 30 seconds was enough? Do you think those were the harder, more impactful shots landed by Corey Caad in the final round?
Joe, I thought they were the more consequential shots.
I'll tell you what, let's go to ring announcer Thomas Schreiber for the official.
Good counter right hand
over the
Corey's
top.
fainting, but not mustering. A good counter.
Well, it looks like you're still waiting on the. Well, no, here we go. Rafael Ramos has both men in the center of the ring. Let's take it now to Thomas Schreiber for the official judge's verdict, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Wilfredo Espadon scores it 37-37, even a draw.
But it's overruled, though.
Both judges, Joe Calvi and Glenn Crocker, scored the same, 38-36. Both in favor of your winner by majority decision. Corey
Called it, Joe. He called it, Joe. The last 30 seconds.
Last
30 seconds won Corey Caad that fight. And that's why you fight to the end, Joe.
That's it. That's it. You never stop. I'll tell you what. Great performance by both men. Showed a lot of heart. Showed a lot of mental and physical toughness. And I'll tell you what, to be honest with you, Young Bill, I'd like to see another one of these.